The book of Proverbs is widely known as a book of wisdom. And the Hebrew word for wisdom, chomah, is oftentimes used to describe wisdom in skill, in trade, or in craftsmanship. But throughout the book of Proverbs, that word chomah is used to describe wisdom for daily living. As we read through the book of Proverbs, we get the opportunity to feast on chomah, this wisdom for daily living. And as we begin to take in these nuggets of truth, what I love most is that it's a transference of wisdom from father to son, which reminds me of what we read when we read the book of Deuteronomy. In Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 6 and 7, it says, "And these words which I command you today shall be in your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up." As we read through the book of Proverbs, we find King Solomon doing just that. He's instructing his son on how to live a wise life, a godly life, a righteous life. In fact, a lot of what we read in Proverbs is quoted throughout our life, even sometimes in popular culture. Some of the most popular verses throughout the book of Proverbs in chapters 3 and 4 are chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. In this, he instructs his son, "Trust in the Lord with all of your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding." In verses 9 and 10, he encourages his son to honor God with his possessions and with his first fruits. And with that honoring comes a promise that his barns and his vats will be full. In verses 11 and 12, he warns his son not to despise correction, stating that correction is actually evidence of his love. In chapter 4, verses 11 through 13, Solomon instructs his son, "I have taught you in the way of wisdom. I have led you in right paths. When you walk, your steps will not be hindered, and when you run, you will not stumble. Take firm hold of instruction. Do not let go. Keep her, for she is your life." Such great fruit-bearing wisdom. But you only bear the fruit of this wisdom if you follow the instruction. Anne Frank once said, "Parents only give good advice or put their children on the right paths, but the final forming of the person's life and character lies in their own hands." As humans with a sinful tendency, oftentimes it's our first reaction to shrug off that advice, to ignore instruction. The reason we do this is because we lack trust. Trust in our pastors, our mentors, our advisors, our parents. And oftentimes we lack that trust in God himself, that even if we don't see the final outcome, even if we have no clue what's ahead of us, if we will trust in our Father, we can make that leap. We can jump into what he's commanded us to. We can follow his instructions, trusting that our loving Father, who knows the end from the beginning, will always be there to catch us in his ever-loving arms.